Hello guys, welcome. Welcome to another episode of Ripster Daily Trade Recaps and Teachings. Hopefully all of you guys have having a great Saturday, great Sunday. Just wanted to put out the recap for Friday. Was Friday was a choppy day overall, but there were a few stocks which were moving, and we made money on them. Most of my trades were early in the morning, and we were done in the first 1 hour. Didn't do much after that. Personally, tried one trade on the calls. It didn't work. We'll review that as well. We'll recap all of our Friday lotto trades. A big winner on Lily. That was the main play of the of Friday. So we'll recap everything. Before I recap, let's just do a quick introduction. So anybody who's new to my YouTube, new to my Twitter, or new to my community, all these recaps and teachings that I do every day are from the trade ideas that I share in my community or share on Twitter or any previous YouTube videos. And I did share a lot of these plays on the setups on the yesterday on my X feed as well on the watch list. We play repeatable setups. We do not trade random. We have a repeatable system that thousands of traders across the world use to trade consistently. We have repeatable set number of setups which are based upon those those parameters, and we do that again and again and again, just like as you see in all my videos, recaps, and my recaps on Twitter. Every morning, me and my team, we create a game plan watch list for the day that, based upon any IPOs, market plays, earnings, news, upgrade, downgrades, and we create a game plan. This was a game plan for Friday, as you see. ACOM, TTD, TTWO, Lilly, NVDA, IOVA. These were a bunch of the plays that were in watch list. Not all of these plays trigger. If something triggers and which is of based upon our support and resistance pivots, we take them long based upon our EMA cloud system. We'll go through a few of these trades which were winning trades for us in the community. We'll talk about those. In addition to that, we also share our daily levels. We share daily levels on crypto stocks. Then we share daily levels on SPY, QQQ, IWM, and all the market dependent plays every day. So traders can take these levels and use Ripster clouds to trade by themselves. In addition to that, we have strategy called Ripster Day 2, Day 3 setups, which is a strategy that I invented. This is to play the stocks which had a news in last few recent days, so they can definitely move up and down, and we try to make sure we find any such opportunities based upon these plays. This was a day 2, Day 3 for Friday. And then I also share we recently started our low float watch list. A few of them were big winners for us. We'll take a look at those that we did on Friday. I did share this watch list on Twitter on Friday. Usually it's only for the community, but sometimes we do a free watch list and game plan for the public. So I'm usually on voice first few hours of the market open. I try to guide the community through various trades, any trades I like, any trades I'm taking. Even if I'm not taking any trade, I still try to guide my community through all those setups that we take. So guys, that's for introduction. Let's start with few of the setups we took and let's talk about them. All right. We're going to first talk about our main play of Friday Lotto that went from 500 to 6, 700, 800% option play. And first of all, why was Lily on my watch list? Because Lily was first of all a day 2 setup. Lily was first of all a day 2 setup, and this morning Lily got a lot of upgrades. So let's go back to our game plan and see. So you see here in the bottom, Lily, Morgan Stanley upgraded 1106 PT, Bank of America 1150 PT. There were a bunch of another upgrades, but it was already our day 2 setup. The upgrades just helped us to have a focus on Lily. Right, so Lily has always been good to us. In the past, we did a lot of good lotto trades, and day like Friday, we are looking for something like that, which can give us good returns on lotto options. And I will show you some options how they went. Let's just look at the trade first. The breakout level was 860. The support risk levels were 842, 850. Even before the market opened, I was on the voice. I told everybody that Lily is my main focus today, and we were going to long it. And as soon as the market opened, Lily pushed, right? And the Lily was long right away. I told everybody it's a long. I like the lottos. And when the move like this, you just take a lotto. I mean, lottos are usually 100% risk, and you're trying to make 200, 300%, on the options. Before I show you the options, let's look at what was the thing. So Lilly breaks out of that level, and then Lilly breaks out of yesterday's highs, and then Lilly breaks out of yesterday's, you see here, yesterday's pre-market highs, today's support. Anyways, so Lilly, my target was 900. That's the target I gave everybody. That 900 is our target. You see the first thing at the open, we told everyone, and then Lilly finally hit my 900 target as well. We locked decent profits there. The next target I gave everybody on Lilly was 905, and we touched 905 as well. And I actually rolled into 910 Lotos, which I had to cut because that was only the profit. So I gave back a little profit with 910 Lotos, but it was more than enough since we opened Lilly push from 860 all the way to 908, which was like 40-45 bucks move. And the whole community really did good on Lilly. This is a Lotto Friday, and Lotto Friday we look for Lotto trades on the options where we can make good money. You see everybody was in Lilly. A lot of people were done in the morning trading Lilly. And if I show you the options, let me show you, let's look at 880 Lotos. When I say Lotos, these are the options which are highly risky options, which are out of the money, which don't really have a probability of going in the money. But that's why they make money, because when they go in the money, they go really crazy up high, right? So right now we're looking at 890 Lotos. So 890 Lotos, which started at in the morning, they started around 283, 283 bucks, right? So the Lotto went from 3 bucks to 10 bucks, 300% right away. Later in the day, when it pushed towards my 905 target, that Lotto went to 20, right? So that's right, there's a 500% gain on your Lotto options. And you don't need you don't need too much, just take 2 contracts, 3 contracts. What is it? You take 2 contracts for 800 bucks, and that goes to 10 bucks, right? So you just made you made your initial investment. You take that out and leave 1 Lotto. Let's say you had 2 Lottos, right? So you had 2 Lottos on Lilly for 4 bucks, not even 3 bucks. Let's say you had a 4 bucks, right? When it goes to 10 bucks, you take 1 out. So basically you take your individual investment out, you spend 800, you're already taking 1000 off, and on the top of it you still have your 200 profits. And then you keep that Lotto and see how it works out. And that Lotto later in the day went on to push to another 18, 19 bucks. So you made another 400, $500 there. So basically you doubled your investment just on 2 contracts. So this is for those people who it's a spready Lotto, spready option, but you don't have to go big, huge size. You just have to take a small position so that you can get a 300-400% risk return. So right here, if you trade, and again, you don't have to trade Lotos, you can trade shares. If you traded shares on Lilly, so Lilly went from 870 all the way to, even if you took 100 shares, you made 2 grand, 3 grand by the time it was hitting our targets. And if you took Lotos, let's say you took $5,000 Lotos, you made 20 grand. So that's why a lot of people did really good on Lilly. Actually, a lot of small account traders kind of just doubled their small account, right, with the Lilly options. So this is how you play Lotto options, right? You can't risk more. You can only risk because it can easily pull back and your Lotto can go to 0. What if Lilly pulled back and Lotto goes to 0? That's your 100% risk, but you are looking for a big breakout. There is an upgrade. It's a day 2, day 3 setup. There's a lot of volume. We have it on our watch list. It's breaking out of yesterday highs. This is going to work. And also, when Lilly I have traded many times before, and I know how it moves, and it provides a lot of opportunities to make money on the Lotto, all the options which are expire soon. So you can see that the Lotos from even 890 Lotos came back at the end of the day, because it came back from 20 bucks right back to the 3 bucks. So you just have to get in and get out, and if you don't have to hold it because they can lose value quickly. So it's specific risk management that goes around playing the Lotos. You have to understand that you can't really add a big size here and use 20% stops, and then it stops you out and it runs, because these are risky trades, right? If you don't want to trade Lotto options, you trade next week, right? So if I want to look at the next week's option, which this one is not a great example because it's very illiquid, but I can show you the next week example. If you want to trade next week, this was next week's 890, which you had to buy at 10 bucks, worth $1,000. It went all the way to 30 bucks. So you could make 2 grand, but they are more safer, right? This one still closed at 20 bucks, 19 bucks or whatever. it still closed 100% of where you added, where you would have added at 10 bucks, like $1,000, and you still would have made $1,000 today, even if you didn't close it. So that was the next week's option trade. So that's the difference between the Lotto options from today, next week. Understand theta, understand delta, understand all these concepts. Do not trade options if you do not understand these important concepts, right? And of course, if you can trade the shares, even if you traded 50 shares, you could still make $1,000 on this stock, depending on your account size. So anyways, so that was a big, huge winner in the community on Lily. And hopefully we'll keep getting such lot of plays every Friday. And that's why we were done. We were mostly done early in the morning because of this one big trade for the whole community. As you see, everybody was trading Lily, Lily, Lily. It was all Lily in the community this morning. So let's go to the next one. So let's look at next one. Next one was SMCI. SMCI was heavy at the open. So SMCI, if I look at my pivot, it was breaking the clouds. And if I show you some levels here on SMCI, we had some bunch of levels on SMCI. We had 505s and 500s, right? So SMCI was selling right at the open. And then that's when I told everyone that SMCI is heavy, SMCI heavy, and no longs, short scalps. And as soon as it breaks that 505, the level I gave, it flushes to 500. I told everybody that under 500 we're going to flush more. It flushed right down towards 492. Again, you play lottos and you play fast in the first 10-20 minutes, and so that you can get in and get out. I can show you some of the lottos that went on the SMCI today. So let's look at that, right? So if you let's look here. So this is I'm just going to go to 10 minutes so that you guys can see it clearly. So let me close this. Let's close this. Let's close this. Yeah. So you can see that the SMCI, the Lotto in the morning went from $4 to $10. So you 100% trade on that Lotto options when SMCI fell from 505s all the way to 492s. So just have to be quick. You are in at 5 and you're out at 10. You make 100%. You put in $1,000. You take out $1,000, 2,000, and you're out. Right? So those are the kind of trades you want to trade. A lot of traders did trade SMCI today. So in the morning, and they were done in the morning on SMCI trade. So that was really nice. Eternity did really good on SMCI shorts, and so so that's how this is the way you want to trade them. And of course, they're gonna curl, right? 10 a.m. trend time, 10 a.m. trend, and SMCI curls. All right, let's look at our next winner from the community today. That was TTD. So TTD was a pretty solid play in the community. I didn't play any lottos. I just in the morning I did some shares trade on TTD. Let's look at the plan for TTD. So the plan was TTD was simple. 89.90 was a support pivot. 93 was resistance pivot. My bias was neutral because it was under the clouds. But as soon as it pushed over the 93, that was the long. That was the long, right? Your risk is like $1 or $2 here, right here. MTF cloud 1, MTF cloud 2. And then it starts to break out of the pre-market highs. When I start to break out of here, you see that I mentioned that 950, I said 96 target, and we pushed 96 target. And when the 96 breaks, we're holding the Ripster EMA clouds. My next target I gave here, 98. So we pushed to 98. And by end of the day, I even hit 99. I told a lot of traders to swing this because when something closes at highs, not even one pullback, it's really bullish. So next week I'm expecting it to break 100, push towards 100 or 200 or 3, almost close to all-time highs. Very powerful stock, TTD. And this was a great trade. Almost $4. You don't have to find the bottom. Even if you traded here, your options really played well. We can look at TTD options, how it went. Let's look at 90. Let's look at 95s, or how they went. Then we can have idea how the Lotto Friday worked on there. A lot of traders were trading that. So you can see that the calls on TTD, they went from 60 cents or $1, they went to $2. The 100% right there. And you make that 100%, and then you can always roll into the further options, like further lottos. And then if you take, let's say you to make $1,000 on that option, and this is now 96 calls, and you can get those 96 calls on these pullbacks right here, and those 96 calls went from $1 to $3 by end of the day. You follow the targets I'm giving, 96, 98, and you make another 100%, 100%, 200% on the calls. So that's what's TTD. That's how you play Lotto Friday on these strong names. All right, let's look at the next one. The next one we're going to talk about is UPST. So UPST didn't really set up right away. Let's go to our watch list. UPST was one of our day 2, day 3 setups that we were watching. 3488 was our breakout. So in middle day, it was not. I was not interested in the morning, but in the middle of midday bounce. Look here, it's bouncing from MTF clouds. When I saw it get over this 512s and 34 clouds, that's when I told everybody you can long it. I was on voice that you can have 34 as your risk and you can long it. And guess what, as soon as it broke out and it kept going over the yesterday highs, the two targets I gave was 36, 36, 40. We met all those two targets. Then my next target was 38, and we met our 38 target as well. Then I told everybody you can just trade your lotto options with profit on any of these names. So we can see like how the lotto puts options worked on this one. So let's look here, right? So the lotto options, lotto calls went from 60 cents or 40 cents when I first mentioned it, 40 cents. This one is 35 lottos, and they went all the way to $3.333.05. So those were those lotto options. You can clearly see that they went 600-700%, right? So that's how you trade them. And UPST always does this. It's a short squeeze setup and gamma squeeze. So I always know how UPST moves. So it's not surprising that UPST made such a big move. It made a same move for us a couple days back. So that's how we can know these setups, and that's how you can see my timestamp guidance on the levels, on the targets, and also my voice alert. So next one we're going to look at is ELF. So ELF was our short today. Let's see. Let's go to the plan. So our plan on ELF was very simple here. EPS, there's earnings, 170 support, 175. I told everybody do not touch the long under 175. Okay, it's bearish to neutral bias, and it right away it started to break the 170 support I gave. So that right away was a short, and that's why I told everybody short, watch the bounces to short more. I told that everybody in the first 4 minutes, and from that mention it went on to fade from 166s all the way to 155. It was beautiful $10 per share short. And of course, the lottos on ELF, which are not that liquid, but the lotto puts did they did move. Not let's look at 870 lottos. I like to stay in the the lotto options which are closer to the money. So 870 options did move from all the way $8 to $14. It's very illiquid, so I like to stay with the shares on trades like these. All right, next one we're going to look at is U. So let's look at U. So U was basically today U was I can show you that. Let's go here. U was on our watch list, no long under 1450, bearish bias under that. But as soon as I saw that U is actually pushing over that 1450, U is actually pushing over MTF clouds. So that gave me confidence that it's a long. I told everybody pullback longs ideal. And since I mentioned that in 9:30, right at morning, I mentioned that it went on from 1520 to 1649, almost $1 per share, a trade in the morning on our U trade. So there were a few other setups which were moving in the morning. Let's look at them. We want to look at Para. So Para, what was the plan on Para? Para was 1060 support, 1080, short under 1060, long over it. And Para, you see, broke 1060 and never really could reclaim 1060. And there was an MTF cloud as well, right? So that gives you added confidence. And you see it rejected. You could short it at this pop, and then it faded all day. What did I say? Short under 1060, and could never reclaim that 1060 level, and you could make good profits on that short. NVDA was our midday loser because of the chop today. I tried to curl it, and I told everybody watch this curl setup, and let's see. So I was watching this curl setup which failed. It did give a curl later. I was not part of it, but we tried to curl this right here, and this curl setup failed badly, and we were out for a loss. Just a small loss there. There were some other plays as well from the watch list. INOD was gap fill under 19. That's what I told everybody. And you see once it breaks 19, and you have to be quick with these trades, right? So I told everybody it's a gap fill short, and you see it broke this 19 and it faded to 1750. So that was a good 10-minute trade to make a $1.50 short side profit. There was another short from our watch list. It was GILD. So GILD was short again because it was under MTF cloud. And if you see the pre-market game plan, we talked about GILD, bullish to neutral. But once it breaks this 75.60 support, this 75.60 support, it's a short, MTF cloud short. And then it even broke the MTF dailies, and it was an all-day fade, from that 75, 74.50 level to 72 level. Let's look at some of our low floors, which were, which worked out today. Let's look at this top one, MGOL. I provide this every day, all the information on the short, because if you don't know how to play low float and penny stocks, make sure you watch my webinar. But we make sure what's the float, short interest, how much is the cash they have, market cap, how much does insiders own. Based upon that, I rate it as a day, as a setup. So this was a setup, and it was a day 2 setup. The resistance was 6 and support was 431. Let's look here, right? So even though it pulled back in the midday, MGOL came back. In the middle day, MGOL came back. I did mention it on the floor when it was curling over 34.50. So this was the setup right here. Not in the morning. The setup was 34.50. So you take here entry here. Your stops are at 480s or something, and then you let it work. And MGOL, since I mentioned the curl, it went on to go from 540s all the way to $7, right? So that's a nice trade in the community at MGOL, low float trading floor. So other one we were trading was Huge. Huge was another one from the watch list. If I go back to my watch list, that a game plan, Huge had resistance pivot at 18 cents. And if you see, since Huge broke that 18 cents, and it pushed over MTF clouds, it went on to make a run of more than 50%. I had a lot of price alerts going in Huge all day, you can see, and it was a nice trade in the low float room. A lot of traders trading this Huge. So yeah, so William was on top of it, Huge all day. So it was a good trade. These penny stocks, they're just in and out. You hold as long as the trend holds. Even if you bought it for $2,000, you make $1,000 and you're out. More than $1,000, right? Even if you bought 10,000 shares, that's like $2,000. And by the time it hits 30s, you're out making your 50% gains. And you risked what? You maybe risked 10, 20%. So yeah. Another one we were trading today, this was IOVA, and IOVA was on our game plan. I really liked it this morning. It did not break the 10 level. A lot of sellers at 10 level. So I told everybody watch the pullbacks, and today it didn't do much. I'm actually still have it in my swing account. I'm gonna see how it does. But I was looking for this 10 breakout on the chart. It's a very nice chart. This, you see that? Look here, it's why I like this way. Why was it on our watch list this morning? You see, this was really nice breakout setup. Maybe it comes next week. It gave us few trades from 950s to 10, come back 950s, then again was kind of choppy. So didn't really do much on it, but I'm waiting for next week. Yeah, let's recap SPY and QQQ. So SPY QQQ was, guys, choppy, right? So what was every day the market has a personality. So today market pushed up, gapped up, and pulled back. And this is always a choppy, right? Because we are under the yesterday lows. We are in an inside candle right here. It's always frustrating, right? So once we saw this happening, I told everybody we are going to be in the chop. So this was chop. Right, I talk about this chop a lot. I teach you a lot on that. You go breakout here, again chop. There was finally a trade on SPY. There was this alerts that came in, this breakout, but then again, it couldn't go further. That's fine if you scalped it, and then it was chop all day. So there was nothing. Friday was for the market was chop. The semiconductors didn't do anything. So semiconductors was also, I did add some SOXL at $30. I'm going to swing it, see how it goes. the semiconductor ETF because I like it, the way it looks on the daily chart. I like the setup. But market was chopped today. If you want to look at SPY and QQQ candles, you can see that there's a lot of room to go up, but we have this downtrend line, uptrend line as well. So if SPY hold that, we can push higher, but we really need VIX back under 20s. If VIX breaks back under 20s, we go back into our swing environment. So that's a very huge level for VIX. Watch out. Hopefully it doesn't bounce on Monday. So we'll see how it goes, but not much. That was all for Friday, guys. Hopefully we have a much better Monday and next week. We had a very solid week. We celebrated with the music and it was good. All right, happy Saturday, happy Sunday. Take care. Thank you. Bye bye.